Does it mean that we can't do Trumpism anymore?
Probably.
Okay.
Well, we just join the social network and then we can do our shit there. Okay, guys, I think we are live in all the important places.
We're officially live.
Okay, let's do this.
Lester, please don't look so stressed. This is not like an interview for the executive position at...
He is looking rather nervous. Okay, look at that, guys. It's the Weekend Craic again. It's episode 71. We are almost into November.
It's Halloween edition. Halloween edition. I am dressed up. Trick or treat, motherfucker. It's right here. Camouflage it. You did. I'll tell you later. There is a way you can celebrate All Hallows Eve or Halloween. No, I'll tell you later. It's on this day. You got to stay to the end. Got to stay to the end. I'm going to keep you on the edge of your seat. I should tell you that my picture's not on the stream. Can you see you two? There we go. There's the IT problem.
No. There we go. It's better. There had to be one technical glitch, dude. Everything has gone smoothly today except for...
The audio's working.
Yeah.
The video's working.
Push the wrong button.
It had to be...
Actually, I couldn't hear you on the audio either.
Can you hear us now?
Testing, testing, testing.
We'll read you loud and clear.
What are you testing on YouTube? What are you testing? Just talk on your side?
All good, mate. It's
all good, man. It's
all
all
good.
Jeez. I think you just did that on purpose.
Because
he was like, no, things are going too well today. No, let's fuck it up just quickly.
It jinxed
Sorry,
it.
okay.
Yeah, saying, this is going too well.
Okay, no more F-bombs, okay? I'm talking to myself.
Maybe a few more.
No. Not out of my mouth.
Okay.
Not in the next 60 seconds.
No. Not until the next time. Yeah. So anyway, so how was the...
then you can come in.
Right, so...
How's it going?
Yeah, how was the week?
What's going on? The week was, yes, the same as every other week. Nothing much going on, I don't think. Yeah.
Same old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still working from home. Still not going anywhere.
How's the weather?
The weather today is overcast, raining all weekend. I think our maximum temperature is about 12, which is quite warm for this time of year.
Yeah.
I'm going out. It's this time of year that we get all the fireworks and bonfires going for the next. So I'm going.
Isn't this when you burn someone important?
Yeah.
Yeah. When does that happen?
Next weekend.
Okay, and then are you going to be going out and seeing it, or are you just going to view it from home?
I don't know yet. I don't know.
Because I think you need to be our roving
reporter.
Yeah, roving reporter.
With my phone, trying to film this in the dark. That's going to work well.
Representative on the ground, you know.
Well, all you want to do is just see lots of burning.
I want to see people on fire. No, I don't. Yes, that's Guy Fawkes weekend is next weekend.
Oh yeah, that's Guy Fawkes. Yeah, that's next weekend. Yeah.
Great.
Something to look forward to.
Well, yes, it's. I've said before, it's the one time a year that my village all come outdoors into the pouring rain and freezing cold, and it's quite a good event from that perspective. very social. We shut the main street through the village. There's processions, there's fire, there's fireworks, there's the bonfire, burning of the guys, and celebrity. Yeah, it's our event. Although
and do you know who they're burning this year?
Yeah, I was just about to ask.
No, it's all a secret until the day.
Until
one of the TV channels. This is the only time we ever make the news. One of the TV channels will come and interview people on the day.
All right.
Yeah. And then we get to see on the day.
So so I suppose we can talk about it a little bit more next weekend, because
hopefully
next weekend will be the time. So, and I'm assuming, what does it happen on, like Saturday evening?
Saturday night. Woo!
Saturday night. Yeah, cool. Right, so something to look forward to. And how was your week, Alec?
It was overall okay. I think it was like Leicester's. I was attending international conference this week for like 4 days, but it was like
from home.
No. So what happened was we actually had to get together
home.
in a central location, and we got one stream to that central location from that international conference.
All right.
Which was taking place in in UAE. It was really cool because you still got access to that content and like top-notch guys and in various parts of the industry, like doing the presentation, but like at the fraction of the cost. So the total cost to participate in that via a single stream was like maybe $200.
Oh.
And the online cost to actually stream directly to your home computer was $400.
Oh, hello. How to make
Someone's
money?
making money.
Yeah, exactly. $400.
Was it worth it?
Yeah,
But that's for 4 days, right? It's $100
Yeah.
a day.
$100 a day.
Yeah, it was
Still.
worth it.
Yeah, like $100 doesn't sound like a lot of money until you go, okay, let me work that out.
But
in
it's
rands.
actually still
Like
cheaper.
$1 million rand.
It's still much cheaper than
I
like
wish.
actually going there, and obviously flight tickets, hotel accommodation for a week. It's like
No, I understand
Being
that.
played. They know this.
Yeah,
Being
yeah.
played.
You're being played.
it's still a fraction of the cost.
Listen, Microsoft do their things for free, man. Even when you go
You
to the
pay
physical
for it
event.
somehow, right? Mentally, or the stress of things when they don't work.
Yes. Azure costs. Ding.
License fees.
No, like in my industry, there's nothing for free. In terms of like, if you want to get access to like a premium content, you gotta pay.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Someone's got to make money somewhere.
Yeah.
Someone's got to be the middleman.
The mineral man.
The
mineral
middleman.
man.
Yeah. Okay, so
Your
like,
side?
crap
gotta-
week,
you
crap
gotta-
week,
you
dude.
gotta talk.
I was hoping that we could get past. Like,
No, you gotta
forget about
You gotta
me.
tell us. You gotta tell us like about
No, well,
the whole
no,
load shedding thing.
no, it was no. Well, look, it was just basically a 4 out of 10 week. My
imagine?
my mojo, my rhythm, everything was upset this week by load shedding. We went to stage 4 load shedding at one stage. My area was out for 17 hours due to a technical fault, so it went off at 3 and only came back at 9 o'clock the next day. And I mean, it was just, and it just screwed up the week, just to be honest.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
anyway, it's cool.
It won't get better.
I've got the weekend to catch up.
When are you going to buy a generator and a UPS?
Well, I was just chatting
Yeah.
to Oleg before. So from a UPS point of view, in terms of my fiber connection works when the power's off. I've got power pack to run that. But that only lasts for about 4 hours. So if you have an extended fault, your extended downtime due to a fault, it runs out eventually.
Then you got to run off your cell phone.
Yeah, well, I don't get 4G at my house. I'm in a dead spot, so I can't even. If my Wi-Fi is off, I can't even make a phone call.
That is hectic.
Oh.
That is hectic.
911.
What's your emergency?
What's your emergency?
Have you got a landline?
No. And if I had a landline, it
But
would
Lester, like who these days like actually has and uses the landline?
Well, that's.
I mean, I've got one
yeah,
because
he's got one.
have we not had this conversation? I've got one because you get it
We
as
have.
part of the package for your broadband and your satellite TV and such.
But you use
So
it.
they just throw it in. No, not really.
Like,
I
when
mean,
was
I
the last
tell you,
time?
we got the whole digital network's going to be shut down in the UK. The PSTN setup is going to be not the digital one.
The analog one.
The analog one is going to be shut down in a few years in the UK.
Yeah, you said so.
Wow.
I'm sure the same thing will happen in South Africa. Well, I suppose the rural areas will still be, but I mean, in the city, I mean, I hardly know anyone that's got a landline, a proper landline, because what the thing now is to change over to voice over IP. So you still have a handset, but it's using your fiber line.
Walking around my data centers, there's still a ton of phone lines for US robotic dial-up modems for out-of-band connectivity.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That is
Really
impressive.
I mean, it's a simple fix, but if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, sure.
Wow,
So, but I
that's-
mean, the question is, if one of those things goes down, what do you do?
Well,
Can you replace it, or do you then swap it over to something?
It's an out-of-band network, so it's not running live services. It's just for you to get in a different way to be able to support the network.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, so if it's using a modem, is that what you said? Did I hear you correctly?
US robotics.
What happens
Still use
if
a modem?
Yeah. So what happens if that modem breaks? What do you do now? How do you replace?
Well, then they would probably
replace it
go,
with?
have we got any left? Because normally
eBay.
there's people.
You go to eBay.
Have we got a stash of spare
I don't mind
modems
paying
anyway?
$10,000 for this US robotics antique collectible.
No, I'm pretty sure they make it. Like, you can actually go on Amazon and check and just check like US
No,
robotics.
it's much easier just to replace that PSTN line with a broadband connection.
Yeah.
That's what will. But there's no. If it breaks, they'll just go, okay, we'll just order a broadband connection, and it'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah, sure.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, okay. So speed catch up. Last week we spoke about Alec Baldwin and his prop issue. I see
Prop
a lot
gun.
of conversation. Yeah, see a lot of conversation during the week from other, so like The Rookie, which is TV series, making commitments not to use any prop guns on their sets anymore. A lot of conversation about why was there live ammunition on the set in the first place. So a lot of the stuff we chatted about last week, that has been the narrative during the week on that one. Yeah. And then I see, we spoke about Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos recently, and the gap there. I mean, the gap increased dramatically.
Yeah, Tesla
just on
share
one
price.
day.
Tesla share price.
Yes. What is it? 30 billion or something?
27 billion.
Yeah, it was something crazy.
In a day.
And that was on the back of.
Guys, just think about it, right? Like, we can discount a few $1 billion here and there, but like Elon Musk's net worth
Petty cash.
is pretty much equivalent to South African GDP. Like, one guy.
Yeah.
One guy.
Pretty much, yeah. So, like, if you take all the big retailers and you add all of them up together, you're still
short.
Still short, yeah. That's crazy.
Can you imagine?
Blows my mind.
Can you, when you put Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos together, right? That's like
That's half the world.
most likely like
Well, it's
GDP
worse
of the
than
entire
that.
Africa.
What is he? Is he live in California? The GDP of California is something like fourth biggest in the world.
I think it's seventh or eighth,
Something like that.
But it's still pretty insane. I mean, think about it, Lester. It's like it's a state. It's essentially a state, most likely smaller than UK, right? But it's got the same size economy. Well, smaller in terms of land size. Maybe in terms of people, I don't know. Maybe in terms of people, it's actually bigger. Our population.
Yeah.
But like, think about it this way: it outputs as much as the United Kingdom.
Yeah. And I'll add to that, in that California used to be part of Mexico.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And they're on a massive fault plane waiting for the end of the world.
You see, well.
It's not just the movie business. It's not just all the tech companies. It's not just the wines. There's so much more going on in California.
Yeah.
I've actually tried the Californian wine when I was in Canada.
Oh, right.
It was quite good.
Okay.
Well, I think it's the same as any wine region. There's good and bad wines.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. Anyway, talking about movies. So I see State Clinical here in South Africa has been under a little bit of financial pressure.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's some rescue plan to keep them afloat.
What's
obviously
happening?
Obviously because of the COVID thing and revenues
People
down.
are not going to the cinemas.
Yeah, but so it turns out that James Bond, No Time to Die,
Didn't save them.
no, it is actually saving them.
It's saving them.
Saying the recently released James Bond blockbuster has provided State Clinical with attendance levels that's almost double than what was forecast. Right.
How many times have you been to see it?
Me, I've been twice, but I didn't
And
go
I
to
went to
State
New
Clinical. I
Metro,
went
not
to New
State
Metro.
Clinical.
Yes, sir.
There we
You
go.
saw it twice.
Yeah, I saw it twice in 1 week, dude.
Wow.
And have you seen it yet?
No.
Okay.
Well, that's big. Well, if you,
I would even go watch it a third time.
You serious?
Yeah.
Was it
It's that good.
It's that good. Okay.
hang on. How does somebody? How are you going to do James Bond movies in the future if you can't have real guns? You can't have prop guns. I mean,
Well, apparently, I saw one comment was that they are using airsoft guns as prop guns, and I don't know. Have you seen the latest airsoft guns?
no.
They look, and they've got the same weight as the real version, and you also get a bit of recoil on it as well. So
And you can CGI in bullets afterwards.
yeah. Anyway.
And if you need to, you can always like add a bit of CGI in there. It's like,
Yeah, absolutely.
but
So
just to update you, right?
yes.
I'll most likely will watch the James Bond on some stage in the cinema.
Yeah, when?
Well, you better
this
quickly
year,
because
or-
it's very difficult not to spoil the end for you
Just
or the middle.
just hang in there, man.
Or the start.
I think we straight after the episode we go watch it. I'm joking. Anyway, so
I'd
State
watch it again.
Clinical's hoping
Yeah.
that other movies like Venom and Dune and Spider-Man are going to help them.
Still no news on Top Gun though.
Yeah, that's actually a very valid point.
I think Top Gun and James Bond would be like a big money spinners.
Yeah, well, I suppose when I went to watch James Bond, what's the first trailer that they show you?
Top Gun.
Ding ding.
Top
yeah,
Gun, yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
The
Anyway,
thing is,
so-
it was made so long ago, so the tech in this is now outdated. You know, if he pulls out his cell phone to phone someone, everyone's going to go, ah!
well, I mean, that's
that
just
old
the problem.
antique.
That was the problem in the James Bond movie. Aston Martin had put in a prototype in the movie to like almost promote the upcoming production car. But the problem is that the production car has been out for a year already by the time that the movie came out. And then the prototype and the production car looked totally different. So it was almost like a
Yeah.
damn squib.
Maybe that's why James Bond movies are now featuring all the old cars again.
They're trying to get into the vintage.
Did I
Yeah, we
send
don't want
you
to
the
get
guys?
caught out.
Did I send you the guys the video of the Bond cars? Did you watch it?
Yeah, I got halfway through. The designer, it is
Yeah.
quite cool.
That was a very nice. There was actually a very interesting video. They
It's the
talk about the
stats.
cars and how
Yeah.
many cars. You see, so the DB10 that they made specifically for Spectre, they only made 10 of them, and they never.
Yeah.
It was never a production car, so it only appeared in the movie, and they
Yeah.
made. So James Bond, but I mean, like when you listen to the story, so how does it go? They go to Aston Martin. So Daniel Craig and one of the film producers or whatever, they go to Aston Martin
Yeah.
to go and chat to them about the next car for James Bond, like for Spectre.
Yeah.
This is talking about this, getting ready for the movie Spectre. And they were like, they're talking about this and they're talking about that. And as they were on their way out, they see a picture of a prototype on the wall. And they said, well, what's that car? And the guy said, oh, no, that's just a drawing. It's the DB10. It's just not
Concept.
really going to, yeah, it's a concept. We're not really going to do it. They said, well, can we have 10 of those?
How
And I
much?
said,
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
How much?
And yeah, like when do you need them? No, like we need them in September and it's April.
Yeah.
and they made 10 of these DB10s just for the movie, and that's it. I mean, it just blows my mind. That's, I mean, imagine how much that cost for the movie.
Mm.
Yeah. Anyway,
I'm sure they have the budget.
very interesting. Oh, obviously. But I mean, it's amazing that, like a car company will go to the extent of making a concept car, or take a concept, make it into a real car, only make 10 of them, put it in the movie, and that's it.
But can you imagine like what kind of marketing and advertising it is for them?
Yeah, absolutely. But I think it gets missed. But it gets missed if you don't know that story. Like, I mean, I saw the car in Spectre. Oh, that's a nice Aston Martin. I've never seen that one before, and never thought about it again. Like, you would think that Aston Martin, maybe they did, and maybe I just missed it, that they would like ride that sort of thing,
But I think it's a long-term plan because, like, to me, James Bond is synonymous with Aston Martin.
Yeah.
Like, when I think about James Bond, I think about James Bond drives Aston Martin.
Yeah. So what other cars?
Yeah, but
Here's
that's
a quick
taken
quiz.
time, though, right?
Yeah.
Because they've had other brands.
Yeah. Let's talk about the other brands. What other brands have there been?
I think they had a Lotus.
Yeah, they had a Lotus.
Oleg, you
Lotus
should
SP?
know, in this James Bond movie, there was a bit of Range Rover versus Land Cruiser action.
Yeah, the Prado and the Prado won, by the
Prado.
way. The Prado won, by the way.
Spoiler alert!
It still had its 4 wheels on the ground at the
Didn't
end.
they have a Lamborghini
Well,
as
yes.
well?
I don't know about Lamborghini.
Like an old one, like one of the first Lamborghinis.
But like a Countach or something.
Yeah. No, not like a Countach. Even older
Before
than-
that.
even
The tractor.
No.
Lamborghini
combine
made
harvester.
tractors. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I never saw Lamborghini. What other brand was in there? That James Bond drove? Lester?
I'm just looking at this.
Don't look.
Ah, he's cheating.
Oh,
He's
no, okay.
cheating. He's
No, I was just
Googling.
thinking that the Bond typically had the Aston Martin and the baddies had the others.
Yeah. No, but
Yeah,
I'm talking
there
about which
was
ones
even a
did James
BMW
Bond
in
drive?
there.
I think
James
BMW.
Bond. Yeah, BMW was there.
Was that with Pierce Brosnan?
Yeah, and there's one more. Pierce Brosnan also did Aston Martin, but
Yeah.
he also did BMW. What's the
I'm gonna take a wide stab. I saw a Peugeot somewhere.
Well, he drove a Renault.
Renault, yeah.
Yeah, the
Renault.
one where he rolls down.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, that wasn't like his official car.
No, it
You know
wasn't.
what I mean?
It wasn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Lambo?
I don't know. Oleg thinks
It's
it
not
was
going
a
to be an
Lambo.
American like Mustang or something, is it?
There was a Mustang.
Oh.
There was a Mustang. Sean
Is
Connery
there?
drove a Mustang. Yeah,
How do you know this?
he drove it through. He drove it through Las Vegas.
Wow.
Yeah,
You've watched a lot of movies.
Like,
And
did
there's
you-
another
did-
one.
Did you watch all? the
Rolls
James
Royce.
No,
Actually,
not all
no,
of them.
no. Rolls Royce is a baddie car.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna give it a stab and say Jaguar.
Absolutely.
Jag, of
Ding.
course.
But that was a
Just
guess.
Bloody
That
sent
was
you the
just a
picture,
guess.
Marsh.
Yeah, no, it was a Jag, eh? So I'm sure, maybe there were more, but those are only the ones that I know. But yeah,
good.
Sean Connery did the Mustang.
Can I
I
ask
think
you?
it was Sean Connery.
Can I ask you? Do you think the future
Smarter
James Bond
people.
will be driving a Tesla?
It might be possible. and the reason for that is because remember, these movies do depend on product placement sometimes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like the BMW thing was a product placement.
Yeah.
In other words, like BMW says to the James Bond franchise, let's we'll pay to have our car in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
I've just Wikipedia list of Bond cars.
Because I reckon Land Rover and Triumph, I'm sure that they paid for this latest movie.
Yeah.
I'm sure they paid for product placement
Yeah.
because they British brands, Land Rover, Triumph.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Lester, you're gonna run us down the numbers. I mean the numbers, the cars.
I won't bore the tits off you, but let's just they've
The
got
tits off
on
me.
Wikipedia. They don't have the latest movie, but they've got all the cars and all of the Bond movies.
Yeah.
So it's even like Alfa Romeo 159.
Oh wow.
A civilian drove this car past
No, no,
Wait.
no, 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 no. What was like the like the main car
Oh,
that
it was
Bond
destroyed
drove?
by Bond. Okay.
Yeah,
There's Aston Martin DB10,
yeah,
as you
that
said.
was Spectre. Yeah.
Well, hang on. It actually says. 1 second. Stand by. If I can get to it's a long list. Who owned the car in the movie? Okay, so the Aston Martin DB10 was owned by MI6.
Yes.
The DB5 is owned by James Bond. This is Inspector alone.
Yes.
Jaguar CX-75 was owned by Mr. Hinks. The Jaguar XJ8 owned by British Intelligence. Land Rover Defender Bigfoot. Land Rover Sport, both owned by Spectre. Discovery Sport, Mercedes S-Class. Rolls-Royce. Jeez. So it's not just one car. I mean, obviously there's a focus on what Bond drives.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, look at Skyfall had the Aston Martin DB5 in as well. Audi A5, Jag XJ, Land Rover Defender. It's the same brand.
Yeah.
It's just different models.
Yes.
Since when does the British government own Mercedes S400s? And the Metropolitan Police Service own Land Rover Discovery 4? Actually, no, they do. Okay.
Anyway. Cool.
Christmas Solace, Alfa Romeo 159, Alfa Romeo 156. Aston Martin DBS V12, owned by MI6.
Yeah.
A Ford car. A Ford Edge. A Ford Bronco too.
Yeah, well, there's
Okay.
the thing. Daniel Craig drove a Ford Focus in Casino Royale. Have you got that? Have you got that? Was it a Ford Focus?
It's a Ford Mondeo.
Mondeo, okay.
I mean, it's a
I think you're gonna
2.5 liter ST version, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not
Well,
small.
so I suppose the Mondeo is the sedan version of the Focus.
I thought you guys gonna say you drove Ford Fiesta. From the set
Maybe.
to his studio.
Maybe.
I'm just looking through all the movies, and I'm going as far back as I can. There's been an Aston Martin in every movie. So that... no. License to Kill didn't have an Aston Martin. It has a Maserati.
Oh, wow. Didn't have the Maserati. Okay, cool. Didn't have that one.
Lester, is there a Ferrari there?
Which one?
Well,
You
there
got
was
to
a
think, there's
Ferrari.
thousands of cars here, man.
No, there was a Ferrari in Spectre.
But was it James Bond?
No,
Like,
no,
it
no.
had to be driven by
No,
James
no,
Bond.
no. It wasn't driven by James.
No, it doesn't have to be driven by James Bond.
These are all
There's
the
no
cars that
there's
are
no
ever
Ferrari.
featured in a movie. I'm sure like every car that available has ever been in a movie, even if it's in the background.
Yeah.
Blurred.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move along.
Yeah.
Let's move along.
We're going down the rabbit hole.
The rabbit hole. Yeah.
Going
So,
through all the movies.
so.
Go on then.
What do you think, Lester? What do you think of Facebook changing their name to Meta?
Well, Google changed their name to Alphabet
Yeah, sure.
because you get to a point where you're big and you have lots of brands. Your holding company needs an identity on itself.
Yes. Yeah. So, what do you
Yeah.
think it's taken them too long to get there?
Why do it now? That's more my question.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, so I suppose the whole
just
name
tax avoidance.
Meta is based on the fact that because they also bought Oculus,
Yeah.
which is the VR company,
Hmm.
and this whole metaverse thing is becoming a big thing of this, basically a digital world that is like a digital twin of the real world.
Yeah.
And I think it's becoming big with games, and obviously VR, mixed reality, that kind of
It's
stuff.
already big with games.
Yeah. So I think that's what I suppose the main reason behind that is they're trying to change like the perception of Facebook is that the Facebook company, their main product is Facebook, the app, which, like you say, Lester, correctly, that's, now they've got Instagram, they've got WhatsApp,
WhatsApp, yeah.
they've got Oculus. So
But I think, maybe that is a good time then,
I
because
suppose in a way they're repositioning
keep-
themselves.
they keep introducing a new platform because trends change. Like kids don't use Facebook like the previous generation did. And yes, we're on Instagram and that now, but what's going to be there for the next generation? They have to develop that now because trends will change. And if you're right, as you bring in VR technologies, it's going to change the way things are done.
So
It's still going to be a social media thing, but it's going to be it's going to have different bells and whistles to it.
So do you think like in the future we'll solely interact through VR? We'll just lay on the couch.
Nah.
We'll just lay on the couch, get hooked up into the metaverse, and then that's it.
Well, I mean, I just get a flashback to Black Mirror.
Yeah.
When you talk about that stuff, you know, like remember the guy lies on his lazy boy and puts on his thing and goes into that world.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's gonna come, man. I can't. You know, if you take Elon Musk's Neuralink kind of thing,
Yeah.
and the fact that there's a good chance that you could tap into that.
Yeah. I think technology is changing like really, really quickly. So like, can I give you guys one example? It's not linked to metaverse, but when I was in a conference, I was using OneNote, right?
Yes.
You know, it's got a dictate feature.
Yeah.
You know, like it's actually very accurate.
Yeah.
And it's very good at like ignoring like people's accents.
Oh, right.
And it's like, it's actually...
So basically you're transcribing when someone's talking.
Yeah.
Is
It's
that,
just it was like so amazing. And basically, like there was some interesting questions coming up from the audience and they just transcribed the guy's response. It's like,
oh, right.
I was like, and it was a long response. It was like a page.
Oh, wow.
It was amazing. It's like, because previously, like I started typing it out and I was like, why don't you just try this dictate feature? Yeah.
Have you tried the transcribe in Teams?
No.
Did you know that when you're in a meeting, you can transcribe, yeah.
Yeah.
So
And you can do that in different languages.
And you can do that in different languages.
Yeah.
So this has to be tied into some sort of neural net.
Yeah, look, I think, yeah, definitely. Well, I suppose any sort of like the Google Voice Assistant, so like even on the Samsung, you know, when you use your voice recorder,
Yeah.
you can tell it to transcribe while it's recording for you.
Yeah.
So it's all probably cloud based,
natural language
yeah, and it just keeps on getting better.
But what do you think the future is going to be? Do you think it's going to be augmented reality or completely artificial?
Augmented.
I think augmented, yeah.
Because you can't come up with something that works for everybody and everything.
Yeah, I
To
think
to go completely AI based stuff, everything, you need a common platform, and there's too many variants. So it'll be augmented.
So you think it's going to be augmented? So it's going to be like, I don't know if you guys saw the concept of Microsoft Mesh.
what is that a graph related thing?
No, it's actually like augmented reality platform. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to obviously create augmented reality glasses where you can actually project digital content into like your room. So for example, say you'll put on the glasses and you dial me on Teams and I'll be basically chilling there on your couch.
So is that the same thing as the Google Glass thing that they're talking about? Like the HoloLens as well?
Yeah, but what they're doing is they're specifically aiming at like productivity market. So having like meeting with people, like with people actually being present there, but in your real life environment, so not artificial environment.
Yeah. So I saw that somewhere something that came through during the week with these holographic projectors.
Yeah.
That you can put on the stage. So someone can be standing, like I'll be standing there physically and you dialing in from somewhere else.
I'm going to be my hologram is projected.
And your hologram is projected there on the stage.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty cool as well.
Wow.
Yeah, and I think they've tested that already. I mean, they showed there were like 3 or 4 products that they were showcasing there.
But
it's been around for 2 years, guys.
I wanted to ask you guys, would you feel comfortable spending 8 hours completely in VR?
No.
8 hours a day.
I suppose when you've tried, like for me, the first time I put on VR goggles and whatever,
Yeah.
like you lose your like your brain gets like short circuited. Like you get
Disorientated, yeah.
yeah, you like. Well, the thing is that you all of a sudden after a while you forget that you're not
Your brain
really
adjusts
in
after
that
5
thing.
minutes.
Yeah,
You can't just go from one call to another. It's fine if you're in a 4-hour session. After 5 minutes, you
Yeah.
get used to it.
Yeah,
But going from one meeting to another is just.
yeah.
I mean, I already suffer from motion sickness. VR always hits me.
Oh, really?
I think it's really cool stuff, but geez,
Yeah.
I get motion sickness quite quickly.
Yeah, yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's really interesting. I'm very curious to see where it's going to go, and it's so interesting. When last week we were talking about that company that started the Google Earth thing.
I actually watched the documentary.
Did you watch the
Well,
documentary?
it wasn't the documentary. It was the $1 billion code on Netflix.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Man, it's so well made.
yeah. But did you see when they first started there? They were using VR goggles,
Yeah.
and that was in the mid '90s.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And remember there was a Stephen King.
It's in
movie-
black and white and pixelated though.
No, it wasn't actually. It was in color,
I
but it was
remember.
it wasn't very high graphic. But and then do you remember Stephen King wrote a book called The Lawnmower Man?
No, I never read that.
Yeah, and there was a movie. Pierce Brosnan was actually the actor in that. Let me see if I can find it. Lawnmower Man, and in there he goes into this virtual world. Lawnmower Man, the movie. Let's see when this was made. 1992. Right? Yeah, 1992. Pierce Brosnan as the Dr. Lawrence Angelo.
Wasn't he Bond in that year?
He was
Probably.
Bond in that era.
Yeah. So The Lawnmower Man is by Stephen King. And so there you go. So, but what I'm saying is that this whole concept of VR
Yeah.
was as far back as the early 90s.
But-
And it's only really in the last
Yeah.
7 years that it's gone to another level. And like when Leslie, you were saying, like the hologram thing has been around for a while. Yeah, but the problem is that they go through these iterations. I mean, like take, for instance, a digital camera. I can remember when digital cameras first came out.
It was the biggest
They were
thing.
frighteningly expensive.
Yeah.
They were like, the quality was crap.
Mm.
And then they disappeared for 2-3 years. And then they came back again. So it was like almost like, okay, it's too early. People aren't ready for it. Just dial it back, come back again. Like the Google Glass. When did they first announce it? Google
I think
Glass.
about 5-6 years ago.
Yep. Like nothing happened. Right? It was too early. And now, see there. They say 2014, right?
Wow. So that's like
So started selling a prototype, qualified to
7
on
years ago.
2013, yeah, 7 years ago.
wow.
And you still don't have a commercially available edition of that.
So do you think they're just holding on to that
Well, I think
until the market's ready and then?
yeah. So here they're talking
your
about the
consumer
enterprise.
needs to be ready for it. The environment needs to be ready. Culturally, you need to be ready for it. All the other tech that you rely on needs to be ready for it.
Yeah,
So
And I mean,
put
the
it
thing
out
is-
there and force people down a road.
yeah. So it's yeah. So it's these things will go through these iterations. So I mean, of the smart glasses that are out there, this Microsoft HoloLens, which is the augmented reality units, right? This, I don't know if you've ever tried this.
No, I've never tried this. I just saw a
Yeah.
video of that.
So they had some guys that they came to our office
So you
some
tried
time
it?
back. Yeah, I've tried it,
Wow.
and it's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. But the problem is that all the processing power is in the head unit. Okay.
So it's not linked to the computer.
No. So
Oh.
it's
Completely standalone.
completely standalone,
Wow.
right?
Does it
So-
get hot?
Sorry.
Does it
Just
get hot?
wondering about the processing piece. Yeah, does it get hot?
No, I don't remember it getting hot, but it's heavy,
Sure.
right? And obviously power hungry,
Yeah.
obviously. So the thing is like the Google Glass is like a pair of glasses like this, right?
Mm.
with some sort of heads-up display in the thing that projects onto the lens or whatever. But where's the processing power? The processing power is in your cell phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where I think it's going to go, is that you'll have this cell phone to the glasses sort of connection kind of thing. Processing power and the power will be on your cell phone. Until such time that you can get like nanotechnology that goes down to the level where you can build the processing power into the frame of the glasses.
Okay, I thought you were talking about like build the processing power into your brain.
Well, yeah.
Well, powered by the energy from your brain
that you went
activity.
that way. Yeah, look, I mean, I suppose that's not outside the realm of possibility. That kind of thing is that, you'll have to fuel up a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you'll be able to eat lots of carbs and still keep your weight because all the processing power for your Google Glass. Yeah. So I'd love to see where this. I'm excited about that. I mean, for me, the idea of being able to have a pair of glasses on or contact lenses, it might even go the contact lens route, and then be able to have like this heads-up display of, like think about, Google Maps when you're driving. Like you don't have to, I think it's amazing. It's notification, WhatsApp. What you doing, dude? Yeah, no, I'm just deleting my email at the moment.
Everyone's driving past each other, waving.
Yeah, exactly.
How's it? No, I'm on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm driving.
Yeah. And then you think about hooking it up to the brain. Like I'm saying, because like when you in virtual reality, and that's the thing with the HoloLens, is that it recognizes gestures. Yeah. So you can tap on
you can interact with it.
You can interact with it in front of it. And you can swipe and do stuff and whatever.
You can take a model, you can turn it.
You could turn it around
you can
do this kind of thing. Yeah.
You can enlarge it,
but now think about like you were going back to the embedded in the brain, Neuralink, whatever. Like you don't even have to do anything, no hand gestures. You can just think, okay, delete that mail, delete that mail, delete that mail. You're busy looking at your Google Mail and you're just going, looking at something and deleting it.
Wow.
Let's blow your mind.
Wow.
Anyway.
How far away is this? What do you think? Like, if you guys have to take a stab at this, because it would be interesting to come back to this like 5 years down the line and see how badly off we were with our projections.
Yeah, well, this
episode.
Save
it for episode 2003.
Yeah, 2003. Yeah.
I just want to see the heads-up display in cars come to life a bit more. So within your windscreen, stuff happens. You can text message will pop up on your screen. Your whole dashboard is on your screen. You don't have a dashboard; it's now on your windscreen.
Yeah.
And somebody sitting next to you could be watching a movie on their side of the screen, but you can't see it.
Yeah, sure.
That for me would be pretty cool, and we're not far away from that.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, there are cars that the BMWs, I know for sure, do that. Where you can have the heads-up display and you can see your
route.
Yeah, and also your speed. And
because it would be pretty cool, like as you're driving, it tells you, like it actually shows you with virtual arrows.
Yeah, it does do that.
Saying, you need to.
Yeah, it does do that. Just don't wear polarized glasses.
Yeah.
Sunglasses, because then you can't see it.
Yeah,
but then the windscreen should be polarized anyway.
Yeah. Anti-glare.
Anti-glare.
Yeah, so I see announced just now in September 2021, a collaboration between Ray-Bans and Facebook Reality Labs, or Meta Reality Labs now, I would imagine. Something called Ray-Ban Stories, which are smart glasses. And they're going to be available as both prescription and non-prescription. Yeah, check that out. See here, so it says here, what does it say here? These will include two, and this is going to cause a problem, man. 2 5-megapixel color cameras to capture photos and video. Open ear speakers, 3 microphone array, and a touch pad on the right hand side, all connected to an integrated Qualcomm
Snapdragon.
Snapdragon processor. For integration to either Facebook or hands-free calling, the Ray-Ban stories require Bluetooth connectivity to a smartphone. Yeah, there you go. So they will have some processor in the glasses. That's pretty impressive. Yeah. But those cameras are on the glasses. It's going to cause a problem.
Yeah.
Eh? Industrial espionage.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
X-ray glasses.
X-ray glasses. Remember, you used to be able to buy those at the back of the comics.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's interesting. So another thing that I wanted to chat about, moving along quite swiftly,
Yeah.
is the Tesla model in South Africa, the only Tesla model in South Africa.
Is that the guy that imported it from the
Yeah.
UK?
Yeah. So it looks like he's making that available as a promotion. So Growth Point Properties that happens to run a particular building in Rosebank. I
Yeah.
don't know if you know which one I'm talking about.
Ooh, you gotta be joking.
Yeah.
You
So
serious?
Growth Point. So it looks like the SUV, which is this the Tesla SUV, featured at an event recently, which was hosted by the real estate investment company called Growth Point at 144 Oxford in Rosebank.
Do you still remember where Rosebank is?
Yeah. Yeah. It's the money pot of town.
Yeah.
I know exactly.
So you know the building, yeah.
I know that building.
You know the building, yeah. So anyway, yeah. So apparently they had it there on show, and I suppose it was to promote their sort of green, going green ability of the Growth Point properties of their buildings, where they've got the solar power plant on the roof. This building apparently was built from the ground up with all these energy efficient innovations included, and it's a 5-star green rating for the Green Building Council of South Africa. Yeah. So, I mean, whoever the tenants are in that building must be getting some serious points on their their carbon neutral journey.
I wonder who those are.
Pepsi, to name a few.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, there it was. They're in. If I'd known it was there, maybe I would have gone to that building.
Pulled in to visit. But did you see what the access procedures?
I
It's
believe
like
it's
a
quite
Fort
hectic.
Knox.
Yeah.
Yeah, you pretty much have to give your blood sample at the door.
Yeah, DNA. Yeah, but check that. That's quite an impressive car, I must admit. I'd love to. I wonder if it's still there or if it's moved on.
Like, can you take it out and test drive it, or is it just on show?
No, I think it was just on show.
Okay.
Just on show.
It would be
Yeah.
really cool to take it for a spin around the block.
Yeah, there's your dream car, dude.
Yeah.
Which model is it?
It's Model X. I'd like the Model Y.
So yeah, I wonder if they'll ever bring these to this country.
I think
They must.
It will come to SA. I think my biggest gripe with like electric vehicles is that they're so damn expensive these days. And yeah.
Look, it's the usual thing. In the
It's
early
market protection.
stages,
It's
No,
also
but-
market protection too.
yeah, but also in the early stages, these things will be expensive. The more people buy them, the more that they're available, the higher the competition, the lower the prices will be.
But I think
With
the
rolling
government's-
blackouts seem to be going on for some time yet. Who's going to buy electric cars?
No,
I would buy
very,
it.
very good point. Very good point.
I would get an electric vehicle.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have solar panels, can charge it from solar. It's pretty much free fuel
Yeah.
for the rest of the lifespan of the car.
Yes.
We're going to go down a rabbit hole very quickly here. You're going to buy an electric bike as well.
No. I think bike can still, because the carbon footprint of the bike is much smaller.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I see Toyota's bringing out a new hybrid car.
Yeah.
It's called the Corolla Cross.
Yeah, is it that SUV cross?
Yeah. And it's going to be the cheapest hybrid on the market.
Wow.
Yeah. I think
Wow.
it's like 420,000 Rand.
Okay.
It'll be the cheapest hybrid that they've got, which is
Wow.
not bad. And I don't know if the hybrids are going to be made in this country, but that's, as I understand, that Corolla Cross is going to be made here in
Well,
South
there's an
Africa.
assembly plant. Toyota
Plants in Durban.
NPE.
Yeah, but I think this one is in Durban. Is it PE or is it Durban?
It's PE. But
I might
hasn't
have
PE
got it
been
wrong.
There used to
renamed?
be one in Durban.
Yeah. Sorry?
Isn't PE got renamed? It's something else.
Yeah. I don't know what it's called.
Okay.
Sorry. Put me on the spot there, dude.
Oh, yeah.
And talking about hybrid cars, let's not forget that Formula One cars are hybrid cars,
Yeah, that's true.
just to put it out there.
Technically, yes.
Technically, yes. Drive to Survive is coming under a little bit of fire at the moment, a bit of scrutiny.
How come?
Oh,
Getting
really?
criticized for fabricating, overextending their creative license in producing the show. About a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, Max Verstappen said that he, because they confirmed that there would be a season 4, and it has come to everyone's attention that Max Verstappen has said he doesn't want to be involved in Drive to Survive. And again, Carlos Sainz.
That's fine.
Carlos Sainz has also voiced his opinion about his disappointment in the portrayal of Ferrari in season 3. Max Verstappen's complaint was that they fabricated rivalries between teammates and constructors that weren't actually there. So now they're asking questions about, so how much creative license should the Drive to Survive have in producing the episodes or producing
Lewis
the series?
Hamilton wasn't in the first series.
No, he
or
wasn't.
second
Mercedes,
series.
yeah, I think in the first one, Mercedes said they didn't want to be
And
involved.
it was still a good series.
Yeah.
So I think they can do it without those people who want to cut themselves out of it.
But I mean, what are your
But yeah,
thoughts on
the
them
license?
taking Formula One the season and then going off and like creatively creating this tension that doesn't actually really exist? I mean, is it? We can agree that Drive to Survive has been good for the sport because
Go on.
yeah, they've doubled the sort of like Formula One viewership on a weekend. They've doubled that. Most of it's been in America.
Wow. US doesn't really watch Formula One.
Well, that's the point, yeah. So like they say, like in Europe, because people have grown up with Formula One in Europe, the biggest growth has been in the American market, and it's been as a result of a couple of things, but one of them being Drive to Survive.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a market that Formula One wants to be in.
Yeah. And they've just had their race in Austin last weekend, and next year on the calendar they're going to have Austin and Miami.
Wow.
Yeah.
What, a street circuit, Miami?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
That would be amazing.
You were going to say something, Lester?
No, your question was around the license to be creative and how far they're allowed to take it. Look, these guys have, for as much as we watch, they have 100 times more film than what we actually see.
Mm.
And a lot of it is mundane and boring. So they've got to be able to edit it and put it together. And sometimes it is going to be, it's got to be entertaining. It's not.
Sure.
And there's enough to make it entertaining. But yeah, I think they should be highlighted. They're not put. They are in danger of putting the wrong story forward, though, just to see what the reaction is. But it draws the audience. Word of mouth. Did you hear this was going on? Watch this week's episode. You can see it for yourself.
Yeah.
It's not Netflix doing it.
Yeah. Look, I mean, the thing is, my view on season 3.
Yeah.
And
The best season yet.
Having watched the actual live season, if you want to put it that way.
Yeah.
There was a lot of stuff that they left out. a lot of exciting stuff. Like, but I mean, exciting from a Formula One point of view, not like
A racing perspective.
yeah, from a racing perspective. And there was a lot, like almost like they could have had a part 2. You know, they could have had season 3 part 1 and season 3 part 2. Even though it was a short season, there was so much that happened in there that they didn't even show in season 3. But they went as far as Max Verstappen says, they went and created rivalries between, say, like, for instance, Lando Norris and Carlos Sainz, who were in the same team at the time at McLaren. But that rivalry didn't even exist.
Yeah, it would be
in real
interesting.
life.
It's like these guys are watching it and it's like,
Yeah.
that guy has a beef with
Yeah,
me.
exactly.
Then he dials them up.
So
It's
you know
like,
what
But
I'm
they
saying?
do this, right? So they do this on other of their reality programs, behind the scenes programs.
Yeah.
There was another one with American football that's on Netflix, Last Chance University. And so this is junior college football, where people are going to become, this is their launch pad, their last chance to go to big time and get a degree and all that. But it's behind the scenes of one school. And so the coach, you know, psychs everybody up, gets them mentally prepared, gets them aggressive and all that. And he says a lot of things as part of this. And then these are the things that are excitable things. He may not mean them.
Yeah.
Or it probably does, but the point is the way it was crafted and put together, it just looked like they were just slagging off the other team. So what happens, the next series, which is the next season, the two teams come back again, and now the other team has been watching the Netflix series, and they can hear what these guys have been saying, and all hell breaks loose on this football pitch. So Netflix has incited
Violence.
this violence in an already violent scenario.
Oh, jeez.
And the cameraman is there.
And the cameraman's there to...
They brought an extra camera.
This is priceless stuff. we won't have to fabricate anything anymore.
Get in there.
The stands are full of
Yeah.
cameramen.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I must admit, in a way, I suppose I was disappointed with season 3, even though it was still exciting to watch. I was disappointed because they didn't show a lot of the exciting racing that happened.
But you got to think who they're making this for. Is it the fans,
True.
or is it to draw new fans, or is it just to make a series?
But think about
It's
it
done
this way.
wonders for Formula One,
Yeah, it has.
but it's
absolutely.
just a story.
But
Yeah.
think about it this way, right? It's like I think Formula One will eventually have to, like, it's got a different journeys that it could take, right? One of the journeys is gonna still be a sport, but an entertaining sport in terms of it's like its viewership through and support through productions like Drives to Survive could be bigger than the actual viewership of the sport. Right.
Yeah.
So in
But
that
that's fine.
in that
fine.
sense, these sportsmen, the drivers, and the teams, etc., they essentially become, actors, right? Movie stars, actors, and their role as sportsmen diminishes as they basically, So
You think it's so they're more incentivized by the money,
of course,
but these guys
of course.
are competitive racing nuts at heart. I think the money might become a factor, but I think ultimately they're there to race. That's what's in their blood. That's what they've been doing their whole lives, leading up to this point.
Yeah.
That ain't going to change overnight.
Oh, dude, like
They
it's a
already
question-
make money anyway.
It's a question of
difference?
price. Nobody's gonna say no to no more money. Nobody.
Well, I don't know.
You'd be
You go
surprised.
and offer. You go to you go to the richest man in the world and say, "I'll give you another 6 billion." They go,
With
"No."
Elon Musk.
Do you think they're
No,
gonna?
dude, I
they're
made
gonna-
30 billion yesterday. Would you
they're
give me
gonna-
another 6
do you
million?
Do you think they're gonna say no? Like honestly,
What?
They already make a ton of money. And what I'm saying is, yeah, it might be an influence, but ultimately they still want what they've been targeting their whole life. They still want to be.
Number one.
They want to be. Yeah, they want street cred.
Yeah.
The money will come anyway.
Anyway, let's move on to Trumpisms and
days of the week,
days of the year,
Trumpism.
days of our lives.
days of our lives.
Yeah, days of our lives. I need some sound bites there.
You need some sound effects.
Yeah. Dant.
I stumbled across this one, which is a White House summit on human trafficking, and Trump was making a speech.
Yeah.
And ended up talking about Ivanka Trump. Okay, so
Why?
Ivanka is making sure people are ready to work. This is in 2020.
Isn't Ivanka his daughter?
His wife.
No, that's Melania.
That's. I get so confused.
Daughter. Yeah,
the daughter. Yes.
So the daughter, right, is making sure people are ready to work, and she's now created over 15 million jobs for the people of our country.
Really?
How? What? How? 15 million jobs is not a small number. So what is she doing? Has she become the next Tesla and created a whole new workforce?
Okay, hold on. How does that relate to human trafficking? Is they catch?
Crazy.
Yeah, she's now created over 50 million jobs for the people of our country. One of the reasons our employment numbers are the best ever. 15 million. Thank you, girl. Right? I mean, if I was in the press box, I'd be going, what? Where's your effort? You can't just throw numbers out there. Oh, dear. What was the other one I found? Okay. This is a speech at a Teen Student Action Summit in 2019.
Okay.
And he says, then I have an Article 2 of the Constitution where I have the right to do whatever I want as president, but I don't even talk about that. Really? Oh, no, you're the greatest.
Yeah.
All right. On this day, not a lot, really. The things that jumped out at me, that Palestine wasn't recognized as a nation by any European country until Sweden recognized them. And that was only 7 years ago.
Really? Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. I mean, it's been going since, a long time. But actually, today is more a history day for Russia.
Yeah.
On this day in 1905, Russian Tsar issues the October Manifesto. The manifesto, which was issued by Nicholas II, was a response to the Russian Revolution of 1905, in which there were widespread strikes and protest directed towards the government. The key features of the manifesto included the creation of an elected legislative body called Duma and the universal suffrage for men. There we go. That's going to go well.
Well, it didn't go down well. The entire, essentially, empire lasted for another, 11 years?
Damage is done now.
Yeah.
All right, so speed forward another 55 years, and the biggest bomb in history is detonated on this planet.
Yeah, it's a hydrogen bomb.
Soviet Union detonated the Tsar bomb, or Big Ivan, over this bay range. Where was it? Novaya Zemlya Island in the Arctic Circle. The 57 megaton nuclear bomb was one of a kind. The flash of light, when it exploded, hit a height of 13,000 feet and was visible over 1,000 kilometers away.
And apparently it was also down-tuned to release like only 1% of the power.
Jeez.
Jeez, you didn't want to fucking move the North Pole, shift the Earth on its axis. I set off the world's biggest bomb in the Arctic Circle. Polar bears are twice the size and glow in the dark.
Yeah. Melted all the icebergs. Created a tsunami.
All right.
Yeah.
Today is the... obviously we're on All Hallows Eve this weekend.
Are you do people come to you trick-or-treating?
Trick-or-treat.
Trick-or-treating does exist in this country, yes. I mean, it is also Hug a Sheep Day, but let's just gloss over that.
What, today?
Yes.
Like globally or
Last
only in
Saturday in October, you have to go.
Australia and New Zealand.
only in Australia and New Zealand? Can you please clarify that?
No, it's a global event. Okay.
I can see there's going to be a lot of happy sheep in Australia.
But the thing that probably grabbed my attention. Now, okay, I'm not going to go into trick or treat. Well,
Yep.
actually, I will. So trick or treating is part of the Halloween event where kids go knocking on doors, seeking
Sweets, sugar.
candy.
Yeah.
So the tradition is they knock on the door, you open it, and they go trick or treat. And you traditionally just throw more sugar at the kids and let them go away.
Yeah.
But do you know what the trick is?
No.
So you have an option. If you open your door, you can
You say no.
I can say, here's some candy, or I'll choose the trick option.
Yes.
Nobody
Right.
ever thinks about the trick side.
Yeah. So what would the
It's-
trick be?
So if you don't give them candy, they will play a trick on you. That's the whole thing. And
Yeah.
it's normally quite evil and dark and twisted.
Uh-huh.
Not that the kids of a
What's that?
4-year-old kid ain't going to do this, but if he does, you should be worried that this kid's in your neighborhood.
It's like you come back and your entire house is TP'd.
Exactly. They will do something to you or your property is the
Burning down
trick.
the house. Yeah.
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 So you better just give them candy.
Yeah,
so
give them candy.
basically what you're trying to say is the entire entire thing of the Halloween is about extortion.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, we
bribery
teach
and corruption.
Kids to go and extort. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it sort of like teaching the 4-year-olds the ways of the world?
Your
Not a
first
good life lesson. It's not a
Yeah.
good life lesson. Yeah. I wonder
Okay,
what
but-
happens when they ban sugar. What are they going to do with? If they-
Cauliflower
Well, I did stumble across an article today where these are 30 options that you can give instead of
Of-
sugared candy.
Well,
And it
give
was
us
just
one,
revolting.
give-
But you
give us-
can give fruit. The fruit thing's been
Fruit.
around for a while.
But I mean,
the
they're
kids
still
just
loaded
go-
with sugar, man.
Yeah, but the kids just go, I don't want fruit.
Yeah.
I guess it's trick.
The trick's
You
on
can-
you.
you can also-
The trick's on you.
You can also give money. That's, in the early days of trick or treating, people used to give, pennies.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
okay, here's one for us.
Here's a check.
Yeah.
Don't cash it.
And then the
All right.
bounces.
So
Yeah, exactly.
today on All Hallows Eve is also Haunted Refrigerator Night. What?
Please do explain.
You gotta elaborate on this.
Okay. The day before Halloween, Haunted Refrigerator Night celebrates the horrors lurking in the back of refrigerators.
Oh yeah.
And basically, all the stuff the leftovers that you packed away, and all the stuff you just shoved in the fridge or left
From
over.
years away.
Yeah, so it's all lurking and stuff growing on it in the back of your fridge.
Oh, dude, when you got load shedding, that happens a lot
Quicker.
more often than once
Yeah.
a year at Halloween. You know.
So this is the celebration.
The celebration.
Yeah, where you go, you dim the lights, you drink a lot,
Yeah.
you dim the lights.
Open up
you
the fridge and
the
they're
fridge.
glowing in the back of the fridges.
Yeah, all you got is the light coming from the fridge. Obviously, load shedding aside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is it. You are going to pull out the most revolting stuff and clean out your fridge.
What if like you open up the fridge and then somebody grabs you and pulls you in?
and you drop it all over you. Well, I mean, there's no written records of such things happening. It's not to say they don't. Who knows what grows in the back of the fridge?
Hey
There
guys,
you
I'm
go.
starting to pull amps.
Dude, what's happening, man?
All of
What
a
is
sudden,
going on?
I've like I've hit the slump. I need more caffeine.
You need one of those Russian bombs in the Arctic circles.
Oh, all of a sudden, I'm like, I hit the brick wall.
Oh, that was awesome, guys. That was awesome.
Yeah, is that it for the days, dude?
That
Well,
is
it's
it.
Diego Maradona's birthday.
Oh no, we're not talking about Maradona. Cancelled.
Well,
Cancelled.
he is, isn't he?
Yep. Okay. we'll see you next weekend. We'll talk about the burning of the
Of somebody.
of the celebrity or politician.
The guy. Yeah. Which guy got burnt?
Oh, that's the wrong sound bite. Let me find the right sound bite so that we can.
What is
Jeez,
that?
don't fall asleep before you push the button.
Yeah. It's like he's pretty close to that stage. He's like,
It's going to headbutt the mic. Right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for playing, everyone. And do tune in this time next week for another enthralling, life-sapping episode
Life
of
sapping.
the Weekend Craic.
Yeah, baby.
Woo!
Next weekend, baby.
have a great weekend, everyone.
Oh, jeez. Technical issues. Again, still end off on a good note, on a high one. Okay, guys, we'll see you next week.